HIPAA and HITRUST are often grouped together, but they exist for very different reasons, and understanding that difference is critical. HIPAA is federal law. It establishes the legal baseline for how protected health information must be handled in the United States, and it applies regardless of an organization's size, maturity, or technical sophistication. HITRUST, by contrast, is a voluntary framework that organizations adopt to bring structure and measurability to those legal expectations. HIPAA was deliberately written to be flexible, using language like reasonable and appropriate safeguards. That flexibility allows organizations to tailor controls to their risk profile, but it also creates uncertainty. Teams frequently struggle to answer a simple question with confidence. Are we actually compliant, or are we just hoping we are? This ambiguity shows up repeatedly in practitioner discussions and audit preparation conversations. HITRUST emerged largely to address that gap. Instead of leaving interpretation open-ended, it translates regulatory and security requirements into defined, testable controls with scoring. For many healthcare organizations and vendors, HITRUST became a way to operationalize HIPAA expectations and demonstrate security maturity in a way that external stakeholders can consistently evaluate. Another key distinction is enforcement versus assurance. HIPAA enforcement is typically reactive, triggered after a breach or complaint through an OCR investigation. HITRUST is proactive. It is designed to provide assurance to customers, partners, and leadership before something goes wrong, which is why it has become a de facto requirement in many healthcare contracting scenarios. Certification further separates the two. HIPAA offers no official certification or seal of approval. Compliance is assumed until challenged. HITRUST provides structured certifications with defined scopes, scoring thresholds, and expiration periods. That structure reduces debate during vendor reviews and gives organizations a clearer benchmark for security and compliance readiness. It is also important to recognize that HITRUST does not replace HIPAA. While HITRUST maps extensively to HIPAA requirements, legal accountability always remains with the organization under the law. Areas like breach notification, patient rights, and regulatory enforcement still require direct HIPAA understanding beyond any framework. Where HITRUST stands out is in how it evolves. The framework continuously incorporates new authoritative sources and threat considerations, reflecting the realities of modern healthcare risk, including ransomware, cloud adoption, and third-party dependencies. This adaptability is why many teams see HITRUST less as a checkbox exercise and more as an operating model for healthcare security. Mature organizations treat HIPAA as the legal foundation and HITRUST as the structure that makes compliance and security measurable and defensible. Platforms like Centraleyes quietly support this approach by helping teams manage HIPAA obligations and HITRUST-aligned controls in a single operational view, turning regulatory expectations into something teams can actually run day to day.